Hello friends, welcome to IIC. Today we are going to discuss grand test number 28. So let's move to the questions. First question. The first question says there are two departments A and B in a company. In department A, 60% of the employees are graduate, 50% of the employees are male, and the ratio of non-graduate male to non-graduate female is 1 is to 3. So we have two departments, one is A, the other is B. In this A department, we have two types of employees. One is graduate, the other is non-graduate employees. 60% of the employees are graduate. Now 60% of the employees are graduate means 40% of the employees are non-graduate. Now 50% of employees are males. Okay, the ratio of non-graduate male to non-graduate male to non-graduate female is 1 is to 3. That means males are 10 percentage and females are 30 percentage. Now if males are 10 percentage who are non-graduate, then the rest of the males will be graduate. That means in this graduate, 40 percentage of the males are graduate and the rest 20 percentage are females. Now, coming to this question, in department B, 50% of the employees are postgraduate. So we have two type of people. One is postgraduate, the other is who are not postgraduate. Now, 50% postgraduate means 50% is also not postgraduate. Now, it also says the ratio of male to female is 4 is to 5. Ratio of male to female is 4 is to 5. So, in this department B, male to female, the ratio is 4 is to 5. Nothing is told about what is this postgraduate and non-postgraduate. The total number of employees in this department A is 1 lakh. The total number of employees in this department A is 1 lakh. Okay, so the information decoding is done. Now look at this question number 31. Find out the total number of male graduates in department A. We already found out male graduates who are male in department A is 40%. Now 40% means 40,000. Option D is the correct answer. Moving to the next question. Question number 32. Question number 32, what is the question saying? What is the ratio of male graduate to female non-graduate in department A? Male graduate in department A is 40% and female non-graduate is 30%. So what is the ratio? 4 is to 3. That is your option C. Next question. Find the total number of female graduates in Department A. Find the total number of female graduates in Department A. Graduates who are female in Department A is 20%. 20% of 1 lakh means 20,000. Option B is your correct answer. Next question. Next, if male employees in Department B is 9 times, then male employees in Department A, then find female employees in Department B. Find female employees in department D. So what we know is how much is the male employees in department A. From there we can find out male employees in department B. So male employees in department B will be 9 times of male employees in department A. Male employees in department A is how much? Male employees in department A is how much? 50%. 50% means how much? 50,000. Now this is the male employees in department B. But the question is asking us to find out the female employees in department B. Female employees in department means if male are 4 parts, female are 5 parts. So if this total is 4 parts, we have to find out the 5 parts. 5 parts means female employees in department B will be 9 into 50,000 divided by 4 into 5. So 4 ones and 4, 1, 2, 5, 00. Now 9 into 5, 45. 9 into 5 is 45. 45. So 5 and 5, 25. Ending with 5 followed by zeros. Option B is the right answer. Option B is your right answer. Next question. Question number 35. If male employees in department B are twice, then the male employees in department A, find male postgraduate employees in department B. Male postgraduate employees. This is what I told in the beginning. I cannot say about what is the male postgraduate employees. We can only say how many males are there and how many females are there if we know the total number of employees in department B. So the answer for this question can be cannot be determined. Answer for this question will be cannot be determined. So coming to question number 36, this is the data table that is given to us. We have 6 companies: Facebook, Google, WhatsApp, Amazon, Flipkart, and Paytm. Their number of employees in 2019 and number of employees in 2018 both are given to us, and their respective ratio of males to females is also given to us. So coming to this question number 38, find the ratio of number of males in Google in 2019 and females in Amazon in 2018 is asked. So one thing I'll understand here, when it comes to Google 2019, 2400 employees are there and total is 12 parts. If total is 12 parts, one part for this Google will be how much? 12 parts is 2400, one part will be 200. Similarly, when I go to Amazon 2018, 3200 employees are there, in which the ratio is 7 is to 9. 7 is to 9 means total how much? 16 parts. 16 parts is 3200 means again one part for Amazon is also 200. Once their one parts are equal, this is for Google and this is for Amazon. Once their one parts are equal, I can directly take the ratio numbers. Ratio numbers in the sense the number of males in the number of males in Google in 2019 to number of females in Amazon in 2018. This is your males and this is your females. This ratio will come out to be 5 is to 9. Directly we can say it because their number of parts are same. Moving to the next question. Question number 37. Question number 37, what is he asking? If the number of employees of WhatsApp has shown an increment of 10% in 2020 and an increment of 20% in 2018, then find the difference in the total number of employees in WhatsApp in 2017 and 2020. So we have to find out in 2017 what was the number and 2020 what was the number of persons in WhatsApp, the number of persons or employees in WhatsApp. Now in 2020, how much is the increment? 10 percentage. 10 percentage means in 2090, how much is the value? 1800. 10 percentage means 180. Add 180, 2020, the number of employees will become 1980. Next, coming to 2017. Compared to 2017, in 2018, the increment was 20 percentage. That means in 2018, we have 2400. What is this 2400? 120 percentage of 2017. 120 percentage of employees in 2017 is equals to the employees in 2018. How much is that? 2400. Now 120 percentage is 2400. That means 100 percentage of employees in 2017 will be how much? 2000. 120 percentage 2400, 100 percentage 2000. That means in 2017 the total number of employees are 2000. Question is asking us to find out the difference. Difference is how much? 20. That is our option B. Option B is the correct answer. Moving to the next question. Question number 38. In 2018, in how many companies the number of employees were less than the average number of employees of all companies together? That means we need to find out the average first of all. Once we find out average, question becomes easier. Average in the sense, how will we add this? 1500 and 1500, 3000, 3000 plus 3200, 6200, 6200, and this is 5200, giving us 11,400, 11,400 plus 1200. So this is 12600 divided by number of companies are 6. So number of companies are 6 means how much is this? 6 ones and 6, 20 ones. So average number of employees is 2100. Now see how many companies are there whose number of employees are less than 2100. So I can say Facebook is less than Facebook. Facebook is less than 2100. What else? Flipkart. Flipkart is also less than 2100 and Paytm. Paytm is also less than 2100. So number of employees, number of companies in which number of employees are less than 2100 will be 3. Option C. Option C will be the correct answer. Moving to the next question. Question number 39. In year 2020, if 10 females joined Flipkart while 30 males left Flipkart, then find the ratio of number of females to number of males. This we should be careful. Females and males is asked. Females to males is asked. Okay. Now let us first find out how many females would be there. In 2020, we are talking about Flipkart. So we'll go to 2019 Flipkart. 2019 and Flipkart. The ratio is 5 is to 2. 5 is to 2 means 7 parts. 7 parts is 1400. 7 parts is 1400 means 1 part will be 200. 1 part is 200 means 5 parts will be 1000. And males. Males will be how much? Just a second. Males are 5 parts. 5 parts means males will be 1000 and females are 2 parts. 2 parts means this is 400. How many females joined now? 10. How many males have left? 30. So what is the ratio? This is 410 and this is 970. 0 and 0 gets cancelled out. Ratio comes out to be 41 is to 97. 41 is to 97. So that is your option A. Generally, students think this is male is to female and go with option 97 is to 41. But you should be careful with this part, that what is asked is female is to males, not males to females. Okay. So question number 40. Question number 40. Question number 40 says average number of employees of Amazon for both years together is what percentage more or less than the number of employees of Paytm in 2018. Now average number of employees for Amazon for both years. So what is that average? One is 3200, the other is 3400. So I can say directly that average will be the middle number 3300. Next, Paytm in 2018. Paytm in 2018, how much is that? 1200. Paytm in 2018 is 1200. The question is asking what percentage more or less. What percentage more or less means how much more in value? 2100 divided by 1200 into 100 percentage. So this is 2020 gets cancelled out. 3 sevens and 3 fours, 4 ones and 4 25s. So 7 into 25 will give us 175 percentage. 175 percentage. That means the average number of employees of Amazon for both years together is how much percentage more? 175 percentage more. That is your option C. Option C is the right answer. So coming to question number 41. Question number 41, it says that a certain amount has grown to 2016 in 2 years and it has grown to 2328 in 3.5 years. That means what? In 1.5 years, the amount has grown by how much? 312 rupees. That means in 1 year it has grown by how much? 208 rupees. That means in 2 years the interest was how much? 2 years the interest was 416 rupees. 416 rupees. That means in this amount of 2016 we have a interest of 416 rupees. If the interest is 416 rupees, can I say the principal from here? Principal will be how much? 1600 rupees. In this 2016, if I remove 416, principal will be 1600 rupees. Interest for 1 year is 208 rupees. What we want is rate of interest. Rate of interest. Rate of interest will be 208. The interest divided by principal. 1600 into 100 percentage. So two zeros gets cancelled. 16 ones and 16 13s. So this comes out to be 13 percentage. Option C. Option C is the right answer. Option C is the right answer. Coming to question number 42. Question number 42. The question says the sum of present ages of father and son. Father and son present ages sum is 50. Now 5 years ago, father's age was 7 times the age of son. That means this is a ratio. 5 years ago, father's age to son's age, this ratio was 7 is to 1. Now, what will be the age of son after 12 years? If I have a ratio 5 years ago, that means I should find out the sum 5 years ago. 5 years ago, what will be the sum of their ages? 5 minus minus 5. This becomes minus 10. That gives us 40 years. So, total number of parts 5 years ago was 8 parts and total number of years was 40 years. 8 parts is 40 years. That means one part is 5. If one part is 5, 7 parts is 35 and one part is 5. Now coming to the question, what will be the age of son after 12 years? Son's age before 5 years is 5. Son's present age is 10. Son's age after 12 years. After 12 years means 10 plus 12. 10 plus 12 is how much? 22 years. 10 plus 12 is 22 years. So the correct option will be option C. Option C, that is 22 years. Coming to question number 14. Sorry, question number 43. Nishant bought an article at 20% discount on MRP and claims to sell it at a profit of 10% on MRP. When Nikhil offered him 500 rupees banknote, he cheated again by giving him rupees 125 instead of rupees 225. Find out his overall profit percentage. So here what we need to understand, what is the actual selling price? What is the actual selling price? Actual selling price means he gave 500 rupees note and he got back 125. So 500 minus 125. 500 minus 125. How much is this? 375. This is the actual selling price. But what is the correct one? What is the correct selling price? Correct selling price means he should be actually getting back 225. That means 500 minus 225. This is how much? 275. 275. Now, this 275, what is this 275? Nishant bought an article at 10% discount and claims to sell it at a profit of 10% of market price. That means his cost price plus this 10 percentage of market price. That means this 110 percentage of market price or MRP is equals to how much? 275. If 110 percentage is 275, 100 percentage of market price will be how much? 100 percentage of MRP will be how much? 250. If 100 percentage of MRP is 250, he is buying it for how much percentage discount? 20 percentage discount. So I can find out the cost price. Cost price will be how much? 20 percentage of 250. 10 percentage is 25. 20 percentage means double. Double means 50. So cost price will come out to be how much? 200. The cost price is 200. What is this question asking? Find overall profit percentage of Nishant. Overall profit percentage of Nishant. Now overall profit means the cost price is 200 rupees and the actual selling price is 375 rupees. So what is the profit is making? 175 divided by the cost price. Cost price is 200. This is 25 sevens and 25 eights. 7 by 8. How much is 7 by 8 in percentage? 87.5 percentage. 87.5 percentage. Our profit percentage comes out to be 87.5 percentage. Option A. Option A is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. Question number 44. Question number 44. Had the selling price of a car been 1.4 times the previous selling price, the shopkeeper gets profit 2.3 times of what he was getting earlier. So let us take cost price and let us take selling price. Let this be some X and let this be some Y. Now, the shopkeeper, the selling price of a car been 1.4 times the previous selling price. Then the shopkeeper gets profit, that is 2.3 times of what he was getting earlier. So 1.4 times the selling price, 1.4y minus x. This will be equals to how much? 2.3 times of the previous selling price. Previous selling price means, sorry, previous profit. Previous profit means y minus x. Now if I multiply, I'll get 1.4y minus x is equals to 2.3y minus 2.3x. On resolving, what do we get? X by y or y by x, selling price by cost price. Selling price by cost price as 13 by 9. 13 by 9. Question is asking us to calculate the profit percentage earlier. Now profit percentage. Profit percentage means how much is the profit? 4 divided by how much is the cost price? 9. Now 4 by 9 into 100 percentage. 4 by 9 in percentage. How much is 4 by 9 in percentage? 44.44 percentage. 44.44 percentage. That is your option C. Option C is the right answer. Option C is the right answer. Coming to question number 45. Question number 45. The total surface area of a cylinder mounted with a hemispherical bowl on one end. So what we have actually, we have a cylinder. We have a cylinder just like this. On this cylinder, we have a hemispherical ball. So something like this is there. We have a hemispherical ball. on one end. Okay, the height of the cylinder is given to us. Height of the cylinder is how much? 8 centimeters. 8 centimeters. Now question is asking us to calculate the volume of the solid body. Volume of the solid body. So we should be really careful while finding out the radius. Why? The total surface area. Now total surface area means total surface area of cylinder and total surface area of this hemispherical bowl also. So total surface of cylinder. Total surface of cylinder is how much? 2 pi RH plus this surface area of hemisphere. Surface area of hemisphere is how much? 2 pi r square plus this particular area, that is pi r square. Okay, the curved surface area of your cylinder 2 pi RH. The hemisphere bowl is there. Its curved surface area is 2 pi r square plus the base area of the cylinder, that is pi r square. This is equals to how much? 2552 centimeter square. 2552 centimeter square. Out of this, what we know is actually, out of this, what we know is the height. We know the height portion. What we don't know is the radius part. What we don't know is the radius part. So what I do, let us take pi common. Pi common means this is 22 by 7 into 2 into h. 2 into 8. This is 16 plus 2 pi r square plus pi r square. This is 3 pi r square. So 3 into r square. So this is 16r. 16r plus 3r square. This is equals to 2, 5, 5 and 2. So this is 2 11s and 2, 1, 2, 7, 6. And this is 11 ones and 11, 1, 1, 6. So what we got here is 3r square plus 16r minus 812 is equals to 0. So from here we can calculate what is r. R will be how much? R will come out to be 14 centimeters. R will come out to be 14 centimeters. Once I have R is equals to 14 centimeters, now what we need to calculate is volume of the solid body. Now volume of the solid body means volume of cylinder plus volume of hemisphere plus volume of hemisphere. Volume of cylinder is how much? Volume of cylinder is pi r square h plus volume of this hemisphere 2 by 3 pi r cube. 2 by 3 pi r cube. Now pi r square h. So one thing we can do, we can take 22 by 7 common or leave it as it is. So we have 22 by 7 into r square. R square means 14 into 14 into height is h, that is 8 plus 2 by 3 into 22 by 7 into r cube. R cube is 14 into 14 into 14. Now if we cancel out, this is 7 ones and 7 twos. So we have 22 into 2 into 14 into 8. This is 8 into 2, 16, 16 into 14. 16 into 14 is 224, 224 into 22. This comes out to be 4928 plus the second part comes out to be 5749 and this is 1 by 3. So we have 8 plus 9. 8 plus 9 is 17. So 7, 1 by 3. 7, 1 by 3. We have all the options ending with 7, 1 by 3. So if we add these numbers, what we get? What we get here is, this is 7 and 8 plus 9 is 7, 17. 2 plus 4, 6 plus 1. This is 7 again. So double 7. Double 7 means I can now say my answer, that is your option B. Option B is the right answer. So this was a lengthy question. In the exam, it would take a little bit time. So it is better that these kind of questions should be taken care of and should be left for the last, because it is a little bit lengthier question. Okay. So coming to question number 46 to 50, this is number series questions. Missing number series. So what is our numbers? 19, 9, 8, question mark, again 19 and 45. So 19 to 9, how do we go 19 to 9? This is into 0.5. 19 into 0.5 is 9.5 minus 0.5. So this gives us 9. Now 9 to 8. 9 into 1 is 9 minus 1 is 8. This we cannot again say. So from 19 to 45. 19 to 45 I can say 19 into 2.5. 19 into 2.5. 19 into 2.5 will be how much? 47.5, and minus 2.5 will be again 45. So I have 0.51. So this should be 1.5, and this should be into 2, and this is into 2.5. So into 1.5. 8 into 1.5. 8 into 1.5. What about this plus signs? This is minus 0.5 minus 1. So this should be minus 1.5, and this should be minus 2, and this is minus 2.5. So this is minus 1.5, and this is minus 2. So what we have here, 8 into 1.5. 8 into 1.5 is 12. 12 minus 1.5 is 10.5. 10.5. 10.5 means that is your option B. Option B is the right answer. Option B is the right answer. So now question number 47. Question number 47, we have 276, we have 265, next we have 250, and next we have 228 and 194. Last is your question mark. So if we observe 276 to 265, this is minus 11. 265 to 250, this is minus 15. This is 250 to 228. 250 to 228, this is minus 22. Again 228 to 194, this is minus 34, and 194 to question mark. So again if I go for one more level, how much is this? This is minus 4 addition. This is minus 7 addition. Again, this is minus 12 addition. If I again go further, how much is this? This is minus 3, minus 5. So next should be minus 7, minus 12 and minus 7. Minus 7 in the sense this is minus 19. Now minus 34 and minus 19 will give us minus 53. Now 194 minus 53. 194 minus 53 will give us 141. 141 means that is our option B. 141 means that is our option B. Next, moving to the next question. Moving to the next question. Question number 48. Question number 48. We have 33 question mark 37 comma 60 comma 119 comma 238. So in the beginning itself we have a question mark. We'll start from the last side. This is 119. This is 60 to 119. This is 59. This is 37 to 60. This is 23. The rest we cannot say because we have a question mark. So 23, 59, 119, all of them are closer to a cube. What is that cube? 119 is closer to 5 cube. So 5 cube minus 6 will give me 119. 59 is closer to 4 cube. So this is 4 cube minus 5 will give me 59. And this is 3 cube. 3 cube minus 4, that is 23. If this is 3 cube minus 4, the previous one has to be 2 cube minus 3. The previous one has to be 1 cube minus 2. So 33 plus 1 cube minus 2. 1 cube minus 2 means minus 1. 33 minus 1 is 32. 32 is the right answer. That is your option A. Option A will be your right answer. Question number 49. Question number 49. If I look into this, 11, 16.2, 24, question mark 47.4, and this is 63. So first of all I'll find out the difference. 11 and 16.2 difference is 5.2. 16.2 and 24 difference is 7.8. Nothing can be told because of question marks. Next, 47.4 to 63. 47.4 to 63, how much is this? This is 15.6. If I remove all these decimals and observe 52, 78, 156, all of them are multiples of 13. Multiples of 13. So I can say this is 13 into 0.4. This is 13 into 0.6, and this is 13 into 1.2. So there is a difference of 0.2 into 0.4 into 0.6. So next should be into 0.8 into 0.1.0 and 1.2. So the next will be, this particular portion will be 13 into 0.8, and the next will be 13 into 1. 13 into 0.8 and 13 into 1. 13 into 0.8 means this is 10.4. 13 into 1 means this is 13. So 24 plus 10.4, this is 34.4. 34.4 means option C is the right answer. Option C is our right answer. Question number 50. Question number 50. Coming to this question number 50. 8, 5, question mark, 13, 46, 46, 13, 46, and this is 223, 223. So if I look at the bigger numbers again, 46 into 5, 46 into 5, how much is this? 46 into 5, 46 into 5 is 230, minus 7 will give me 223. Again 13 to 46. So this is 13 into 4. 13 into 4 is 52. 52 minus 6 will give me 46. So what we are observing here is into 5 minus 7. So 5 and 7 into 4 minus 6. So the previous one should be into 3 minus 5. The previous one should be into 2 minus 4, and prior to that it should be into 1 minus 3. Into 1 minus 3. So 8 into 1 is 8, minus 3 is 5. 5 into 2 is 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. And 6 into 3 is 18. 18 minus 5 is 13. That means our answer is 6. Answer is 6. The correct option will be option A. Option A, that is 6. So coming to question number 51. Question number 51, what we have is quadratic equations comparison. X square minus 32x plus 256. As soon as I see x square and 256, 256 is a perfect square. That means this is nothing but x minus 16 whole square equals to 0. That means x will have two values and both the values will be 16. X will be 16. What about y? Y square is 256 means y can be plus 16 and y can be minus 16. So if I start comparing, 16 is equals to 16 and 16 is equals to 16 and 16 is, what is this, greater than minus 16. Greater than minus 16 means x will be greater than or equals to y. X is greater than or equals to y. That is our option C. Option C is the right answer. Moving to question number 23. Now question number 23, 3x square plus 22x plus 32. 3x square plus 22x plus 32 is equals to 0. 3 into 32. 3 into 32 is 96. So this is 16 into 6. Both are minus. Next, 3 is a coefficient, so divided by 3 and divided by 3. So value of x is minus 5.33 and minus 2. Now coming to y. Coming to y, what do we have? 5y square plus 21y plus 22 is equals to 0. Now 5 into 22 is 110. Now 110 means, what is this? 10 into 11. Both are minus, divided by 5 and divided by 5. Both divided by 5. So y value is minus 2 and minus 2.2. Minus 2.2. So now if I start comparing x with y, when I start comparing with minus 5.33, minus 5.33 is less than minus 2 and less than minus 2.2. So I'll get x less than y. When I compare with minus 2, minus 2 is equals to minus 2 and minus 2 is greater than minus 2. So I'll get greater. One case it is less than, one case it is greater than. That means x will have no relation with y. X will have no relation with y. X will have no relation with y. That is your option E. Next question. Question number 53. 10x square. 10x square minus 83x plus 168 is equals to 0. Now 10 into 168, 1680. Now 1680, how will I divide this? This is 41 into, sorry, 40 into 42. 40 into 42 is 1680. Now minus and plus means both will be plus. Both will be plus. Now coming to this coefficient 10, so divided by 10 and divided by 10. So we have value of x now. X value is 4 and 4.2. Now coming to y value. What is this y's equation? 6y square minus 49y plus 100 is equals to 0. Is equals to 0. 6 into 100 is 600. So this can be divided into 25 and 24. 25 into 24 is 100. Again both are plus. Divided by 6, divided by 6. So we have y value also. Y is equals to 4.16 and y is equals to 4. Y is equals to 4. So if I will take x equals to 4, 4 is less than 4.16, 4 is equals to 4. So I'll get less than or equals to from here. If I'll take 4.2, 4.2 is greater than 4.16, 4.2 is less than 4. 4.2 is greater than 4, not less than, greater than. 4.2 is greater than 4.16 and 4.2 is greater than 4. So what we have here, in one case less than equals to, in the other case greater than. That means x will have no relation with y. X will have no relation with y. That means option E is the correct answer. Option E is the correct answer. So we'll move to the next question. Question number 54. Question number 54. In question number 54, what is the equation of x? We have a 6x square minus 19x minus 20 is equals to 0. Now 6 into 20 is 120 and we have 19. 19 means this is 24 and 5 minus and plus. So this is plus 24 and this is minus 5 divided by 6 and divided by 6. So we have x value is 4 and minus 0.833. Next coming to your y. 3y square minus 41y plus 140 is equals to 0. Now 3 into 140 is 420. 420. How will I get 420? 21 into 20 will give me 420. Minus and plus both are positive signs. So divided by 3 and divided by 3. So value of y is 7 and 6.66. 6.66. So if I take x equals to 4, what will happen? 4 is less than 7, 4 is less than 6.66. So I'll get x less than y. If I'll take minus 8.33, this is the negative value. Negative value will be always less than positive values. So what is the conclusion? X will be less than y. The conclusion is x less than y. That is our option A. That is our option A. Question number 55. Question number 55. Question number 55. If I'll look into this x equation, what do we have? 3x square plus 16x plus 16 is equals to 0. Next, 2y square plus 25y plus 75 is equals to 0. What will be the values of x? Values of x will be minus 4 and minus 4 by 3, and values of y will be minus 7.5 and minus 5. Minus 7.5 and minus 5. If I'll take minus 4, minus 4 is greater than minus 7.5 and minus 5. That means from here I can say x is greater than y. If I say minus 4 by 3, minus 4 by 3 again greater than minus 7.5, minus 5. From here also I can say greater than. That means what is the final conclusion? X is greater than y. X is greater than y. That is our option D. Option D. X is greater than y. Question number 56. In 56, what is this question saying is, we have 7 white balls, we have 6 red balls and 9 black balls. 3 balls are drawn at random. What is the probability that none of the 3 balls drawn are black in color. None of the three are black in color. What is the total number of outcomes? 7 plus 6, 13. 13 plus 9, 22. So we have 22, out of which we are picking 3. 22 C3. Now the question is saying what is the probability that none of the three balls drawn are black? That means it has to be any other color. Any other color means I have white and red. 7 plus 6. 13 C3. 13 C3. So let us calculate this. This is 13 into 12 into 11 divided by 22 into 21 into 20. So what I have 11 ones and 11 twos. This is 3 into 4 and 3 into 7. What else we have? 2 ones and 2 twos. This 2 and this is 10. So what we finally got is 13 by 70. 13 by 70 means we don't have any such option. So option E. None of these is the correct answer. None of these is the correct answer. Next, question number 57. Question number 57. Question based on time and work. We have A and we have B. A can complete a piece of work in 36 days. Okay. Now B can do the same work in 9 more days. 9 more days than A. That means he is taking 45 days. Now they work together for 16 days and then A left the job. So first we'll take the LCM of 36 and 45, which comes out to be 180. So let me say they are doing 180 parts. That means A in one day will do how much? 5 parts. And B in one day will do how much? 4 parts. A in one day will do 5 parts. B in one day will do 4 parts. Total they are doing how much? 9 parts in one day. Now they together work or they work together for 16 days. So in one day they are doing 9 parts. In 16 days how many parts they'll do? 144 parts. Now, how many parts are left out? 36 parts are left out. This 36 parts will be done by B. B is doing how many parts per day? 4 parts per day. So 36 by 4. 36 by 4 will give us how much? 9 days. That means after A has left, B will finish the remaining work in how many days? 9 days. 9 days means option A. Option A is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. Now coming to question number 58. Question number 58. An alloy contains zinc, copper, and iron in the ratio 4 is to 4 is to 5 is to 7. 4 is to 5 is to 7. If 24 kgs of mixture is taken out and 5 kgs of zinc and 12 kgs of iron is mixed in the alloy. So 24 kgs, first we'll split this 24 kgs. Total is how much? 4 plus 5, 9. 9 plus 7, 16. 16 parts is 24 kgs. 16 part is 24 kgs means 16 parts. Let me write it down here. 16 parts is 24 kgs. So one part will be how much? 1.5. That means how much amount of zinc is removed? How much amount of zinc is removed? 4 parts. 4 parts means minus 6. How much amount of copper is removed? 5 parts means minus 7.5. How much amount of iron is removed? 7 parts. 7 parts means minus 10.5. So this much quantities of each individual elements are removed and 5 kgs of zinc and 12 kgs of iron is again mixed in the alloy. So this is plus 5 to zinc and plus 12 to iron. Okay. Now in the resultant mixture, quantity of iron is 26 kgs more than copper. Quantity of iron is 26 kgs more than iron. So let us just attach a x here so that it gets easier to calculate. 4x, 5x and 7x. So how much quantity of iron is there? 7x minus 10.5 plus 12. Result is how much? 7x plus 1.5 minus how much amount of copper is there? We have zinc, copper, iron. Copper is 5x minus 7.5. So 5x minus 7.5. Question says the resultant mixture contains iron 26 kgs more than copper. Iron is 26 kgs more than copper. So this is 26. Now 7x minus 5x. This is 2x. 1.5 minus of minus, that is plus 7.5. This is plus 9 is equals to 26. So what we have? 2x is equals to 17. 2x is equals to 17. Question is asking us to find out what is the total quantity of initial mixture. Initial mixture has how much? 4x plus 5x, 9x. 9 plus 7 is 16x. 2x is 17. That means I require to find out 16x. 16x means 8 times. 8 times means 17 into 8. 17 into 8 is 136 kg. Where is that 136 kg? Option D. Option D is the correct answer. Option D is the correct answer. Let us move to the next question. Question number 59. Question number 59. A is 4 years elder to B and C is 8 years younger to B. A is 4 years older to B and C is 8 years younger to B. The respective ratio of ages of C and A. C is to A, ages ratio is given 5 is to 7. I can clearly observe A is 4 years elder to B and C is 8 years younger to B. That means A to C. I can say that the difference of their age is 12 years. The difference in parts is two parts. Two parts is 12 years. So one part will be 6 years. Now one part is 6 years means I can easily find out what is the age of A. A is how much? 42 years. What about B? B will find it out later. What about C? C is 30 years. Now coming to B. B, how will we find out? B is clearly told that A is 4 years elder to B. Elder to B means A is having more age. How much more? 4 years. So B will have lesser age. How much less? 4 years. So B's age will be how much? 38 years. What is the question asking? What is the sum of the total ages of ABC? Now 42 plus 38. This is 80. 80 plus 30 is how much? 110. The total of their ages is 110 years. Now 110 years means our option is option C. Option C is the right answer. Option C is the right answer. Coming to question number 60. Question number 60. What is this question saying? A man buys some quantity of rice for 2457 rupees at the rate of 21 per kg. He sells some part of it at a profit of 24% and the remaining part of it at a loss of 15%. On the whole transaction, he incurs an overall loss of 4%. So some part is profit of 24%, some part and the remaining part is loss of 15%, and on the whole there is a loss of 4%. What is the quantity of rice he sold at the loss of 15%? So we can apply mixtures and allegations. In mixtures and allegations, one part is sold at 24% profit. Remaining part is sold at 15% loss. Loss means minus, and the total overall is 4% loss. So minus 4%. So if I'll apply allegations, minus 15 minus of minus 4. Minus 15 and minus of minus 4 will give me 11. Minus 4 minus of 24 will give me minus 28. This is 11 is to 28, or you put minus 11 minus 28, minus minus gets cancelled. So 11 is to 28. That means the quantity of rice is sold at a loss of 15% is 28 parts out of the total 39 parts. Total 39 parts. So this is 28 by 39 into 2457 divided by 21. 2457 divided by 21. So how do we cancel out this? 2457 divided by 21. First of all, we can cancel out with 7, 7 fours and 7 threes. 7 fours and 7 threes. Next is we can cancel out with 9. This is or 3. This is 3 13s and 3 8 1 9. Next again with 3. 3 ones and 3 273. 273. This is again 13 ones and 13 20 ones. 21. So 4 into 21. 4 into 21 is how much? 84 kgs. 84 kgs, that is our option C. Option C is the right answer for question number 60. Moving to next question. Question number 61. Question number 61 to 65. Simplification questions. Simplification questions. What is the first question? 27.98. We can approximate this to 28 into root over 360. Root over 360 we can approximate to 19 plus 1008 divided by 21. 1008 divided by 21. So this is 21 ones and 21 48s. 28 into 19. 28 into 19. How much is this? This comes out to be 28 into 20. 560. 560 minus 28. 532. Now 532 plus 48. 532 plus 48 comes out to be 580. 580 means correct option is option B. Option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Next question. Question number 62. In question number 62, what do we have? 6608 divided by 14 minus this is 2196 divided by again 18. So this is a cancellation with 14 and 18. So this is 14 ones and this is 14 fours. This is 7 and 2, and coming to this 18. 18, this is 1. 18 is 1 and 2, 2. 1, 2, 2. So 472 minus 122. 472 minus 122. How much is this 472 minus 122? This is 350. 350. Correct option is 350. That is your option B. Option B is the correct answer. Question number 34. Question number 34. What is this question saying? 750 percentage of 494.98 divided by 43.99 percentage of 37.51. As per BODMAS, first of all we should go for off, then we should go for division. So this directly means 750 percentage of 495 divided by 44 percentage of 37.5 plus some x is equals to 456. 456. So this is percentage and percentage cancel out. 37.5 into 2 is 75. So into 20 will be 750. Now coming to this 44. 44 ones and 44, this is 11. 11 point approximately 25. 11.25. So 20 into 11.25. 20 into 11.5. 2 into 11.25 is 22.5. So this comes out to be 225 plus x is equals to 456. So x comes out to be how much? 231. Approximately the correct answer will be option C. Option C, that is 230. Option C, that is 230. Next, question number 64. Question number 64. 1280 minus 12 into 35 minus x square is equals to 376. 376. So x square will be how much? 1280 minus 420 minus 376. 376. 420 and 376 is how much? 796. So if I remove 796, x square is 484. So x will be 22. 22 means the correct option is option D. Option D is the right answer. Option D is the right answer. So question number 65. This is 1430 into 6 into 1 by 10 plus 2 by 15 into 60 into 77, and this is minus 227. Minus 227. So what we have here, 0 0 getting cancelled, and this is 15 ones, 15 fours. So 143 into 6. 143 into 6 is 858 plus 2 into 4 is 8. 8 into 77. 8 into 77 is 616 minus 227. 227. So 858 plus 616. This is 1474. 1474 minus 227, giving us 1247. 1247. So approximately our correct answer would be 1245. That is our option B. Option B is the correct answer.